So I then asked him, like, I was confused by her actions because I'm like, she seems like somebody who's looking for attention outside of herself. And I was kind of surprised because she has both mother and father in the household. I'm like, I'm confused about her actions. And then he started breaking it down to me like her father just basically got back into her and her mother's life. Like he's never been there in her life like that. Like he recently came back. And then I was like, now it makes sense because she just seems like somebody who had daddy issues that always wanted basically a male's attention. So she was gonna do whatever and anything to actually get it. Not saying like, but that's the characteristics of a person who's really looking for love outside themselves and who has daddy issues. Like, so I already knew. So that's when he told me that, I was like, now it makes sense. It makes sense why she would have somebody in the wing. And my son's like he's a big ass teddy bear. Like, he stays to himself. All he wants to do is just laugh and play video games all day. Like, he's not really aggressive. And he put that, and I noticed that too. Like, he tries so hard not to be like somebody like his father and his siblings' father. Like, that's why he keeps to himself. That's why he's quiet. But he still haven't really dealt with it. And if that makes sense, he still haven't confronted it. Like, my father is a piece of shit, and my sisters and brother father is a piece of shit too. But he wasn't taking the steps to do it. But then, when I got him the book and he actually started writing in it. So, um, so then it comes one night, like I'm getting everybody ready to go to sleep for school the next day because I'm still having issues with the little ones going to school, wanting to stay in school, and then my youngest daughter, she had a problem where she would sleep in class all the time, and it was because she would start sneaking her phone. Like, when I would basically go to sleep, they would come into my room, get their phones, and be on their phones all night basically. And yeah, that was my fault. Like I said, I always take accountability for the stuff that I do, but I also need my sleep, and I also need to be aware when I'm doing my job. So that's why it was like I really wasn't concerned about it anymore. Like, if they go to school, they go to school. Like, if they didn't, it didn't. I still needed to some way, somehow, to keep my job and really focus on getting my accounts up, because we ended up going live with the system, and everybody, our whole department just completely just fell completely behind, like where we was like verifying accounts like for the next day. Like, that's how bad it got. And we was like that for weeks, to the point they was literally threatening us again with our jobs, saying that if we didn't try to get these accounts up, or we were gonna let go. And it didn't make no sense to me at that point also, because you're gonna have to train brand new people on how to do this stuff. So even if you let us go, y'all still gonna be behind because y'all bringing brand new people, and a lot of people didn't even know nothing about insurances or verification or CPT codes or ICD 10-9 codes. So you were bringing people that didn't know nothing about verification into these positions, which was taking them even longer. So y'all sitting there threatening us that we've been here for years, or even a couple of more months, where we're getting used to everything, to then threaten us, y'all gonna fire us because we're not getting our accounts up. But they never showed us what we were supposed to do in our job, for our department. We learned everybody else's position. Not so I was so this one night, like, I'm just about to go doze off, and then all of a sudden my doorbell rings. Like, it's 11, 12 o'clock at nighttime. I'm like, who is at my door this late or whatever? So I go up there and it's two police officers at my door because I looked at my because it's at nighttime. I'm not answering my door at 11, 12 o'clock at night for nobody. The fuck? So I look at the little TV for my door cam, and it's two officers. So I'm like, oh my God, what did my kids do? Did they call the police? Just like, what the fuck? So when I go up there, there was like, is like, my daughter's name. They said her name, and I'm like, yeah, she's here, or whatever. And it was like, we got a anonymous call that she's suicidal, and they just wanted us to do a wellness check on her. I'm like, what? Like, so I go get her, and I literally like step away from the door because I don't want them thinking like I'm coercing her or telling her what to say. And I go stand in the kitchen, and they're talking to her, and then she comes back out and say they want to talk to me. And so I go back out there, and they was like, were you aware? Do you know? I'm like, yeah, I know she's been having a hard time at school, and she's been saying she's been being bullied, but I didn't think it was to the extent of her wanting to harm herself. Like, cause she won't. Every time I would ask her like, "What's wrong? What's going on?" All she kept saying like, "They're being mean to me and they're bullying me," and of course